It's the Northstars Show on Shaw Spotlight, episode 16, Paul? Episode 16, season 8. We're going to get 18 in this year. Underneath the coat, I have the Jets jersey. It's Paul's jersey. I was down for the big 6-goal first period that the Jets had on Saturday night. Pretty exciting in the rink. Wearing the line, eh? He didn't look that good. They were giving him lots of ice trying to get him going, but it just kind of...
struggling.
Just kind of wasn't happening. Behind the camera, the guy that outfitted me and my whole family with jet skier, toques, the whole thing. Paul Anderson, executive producer and hair and makeup for the Northstars Show. On this episode, we've got the Morgan Wild girls team. We've got some reps from their team. They're doing pretty good. They just won a tournament down in PA.
Good.
And they started off a little bit slow, but they've been winning some of their showcase games. And we've seen lots of girls come out of that program and do great things out of Thompson. So I'm happy to see that it was still going, because it looked for a while like they were kind of in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, we've produced a lot of really good female hockey players.
Maybe better female players.
Well, we have. I mean, I always laugh as female hockey players and bowlers.
No
We're
kidding.
known to it. We've produced a lot of bowlers,
We
too.
have.
And dart players.
Dart players.
Yeah.
Seagram's special old pins game. Here we come.
Yeah.
So, no, the girls, I mean, the Hanson girls and Callie Cummings is doing great. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a long list of girls that have done really well from here.
No, and you said a couple names there, but I credit Maxine.
Oh.
Well, she was huge. She was a really big star, and her name's on the wall there, Hall of Fame. But Maxine Leroy was a big driving force back in the day of getting the female hockey going, and it took off, and it kind of seemed to die down a bit. And I think we lost our midget team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's too bad because. I always said too, if I had 3 boys, but if I had a girl, I'd be pushing that, and the equal ice time and all that. So
It's good. And I think the Manitoba Games last year gave that a little bit of a bump too. The girls hockey stuff here that they put on, the format where they mixed the girls up and stuff. I mean, those games were unbelievable.
yeah, it was really good. Yeah,
And you could see how it would have inspired. Some of these girls would have been down watching, and they, from talking to them, they got a feel for it. So it's awesome to see that that's doing well, and they all spoke well about the rest of their year. So they got some great sponsorship. It's a good thing. Jamie Valentino in the fireplace, but we had to take him down to the penalty box. He was in his office for our 5-minute major, talking about a good tradition of Northstars through him, his 2 brothers. I know he's kind of gunning for them, and it seems like it's a good friendly rivalry between them. He's trying to get as many points as Justin. I'm not sure he's quite going to get there, but some thoughts on how his year's gone?
Well, his year's been up and down. I mean, he had a tough start because he was in Swan and he got back, and it's always a letdown when you get sent back, right? So he struggled with that a bit. But when he got into a groove there, that's when we got those wins, and I credit to that one line for that. And he's the type of guy, he can get the team rolling. Consistency, he's got to work on. And the penalty minutes came, and we're trying to get him away from that. And the big thing is what's happening is these other teams are going after him. And I actually got mad at our team because he got cross-checked, which the refs didn't see, but. And I talked to the refs, and I said that, you got to be, because he's getting the penalties as well, and then he took a bad cross-check, and he was hurt, you can't blame the refs. They didn't see it, but I said it's the give and take, and but he's got to be smarter and not get in the penalty box because he's a heck of a hockey player, and we're telling him just stay out of the penalty box. And his goal is to be in Swan or wherever, and the talent's there, so he's got to work on a few other things. And we talked about much, and it's the same thing. To get to the next level, you got to do certain things different. His is stay out of the penalty box, but when he's on, and our team rolls with him and much so.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like you say, all the talent in the world. It'd be great to have him back next year, but it really looks like, from talking to him, his plans are to be somewhere else. So I guess we'll see where that year goes. Chase Muswagon and the 2 Morgans in a rare 2-on-2, picking on 2 Morgans. They both did so good. We had Daneliuk on last week, and we had to bring him back again. First, we stuck him outside in the 40 below weather, and then brought him back today. He got his first goal on the weekend, which was sort of a highlight in what was sort of a forgettable weekend.
Yeah, I mean, he's been skating well, and I think the last time I said he's been he's one of the ones we said you got to start moving your feet more, and he has, and he got a goal, and he's had numerous chances where he's got a good shot, and finally it went in. But on the weekend, and we ran into Yellowhead in Southwest, and it's no different when we went on the road against these teams. And that was the weekend. It was 28 goals against and 1 goal for. So what you take out of that is, and I've been through this as a player where you're on a struggling as a team and you can't get things going. When I was in Flin Flon, my last 2 years, I went through that. And the difference are these guys are 15, 16, 17. I was 19, 20. But when I came back from that, I didn't even put my skates on for 3 years.
Really?
Like it affects these kids, and we're trying to get them away from that because it's the mental part of the game. And when you take bad beatings like this, it's hard on them. And like for example, you talk about Jordan Foe. That's a kid that loves to play hockey. And you can see it wearing on him now. Like, and you're trying to say to him, like, Jordan, don't take it all on yourself, because he's that kid and he wants to win and he wants to do certain things, and you can't let him affect it, because if anything, I do know this, losing creates structure in your life. It makes you stronger. And your parents say to you, if whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And I truly believe that, because when I went through that, little things after a while, when I'm self-reflecting, is these kids will realize as they get into junior or into the workforce, they'll be probably better co-workers or better hockey players because of it. It's a tough lesson when you're in the middle of it, but the little things that you go through, each game in and out, you go on the road, and it's hard. It's even hard as coaches coming in, but you can't let them take it all on, and because when you look at the talent compared to other regions, how many players they had try out and all that, the only thing you can say is just keep working hard. And then your mistakes are made because you're trying to do other things and make up for anything that's going on. And when, if I look at Sunday's game, we were playing better. It was tight early on. We had chances, and I know if we score on those chances, this team starts rolling, and we didn't. The goalie made a few good saves, and then it put us behind the 8 ball, and then they slowly keep coming at you, and they can score. And our goalies played well, but it just gets to be too much.
Well, and you're exactly right. It's the life lesson, I think, is learning to be not quite so fragile, because you can see it with this team when things are good, they're good and can play with anybody, but there just isn't quite that resilience, right? Because there's just been too many bad outcomes.
Right, and if you look at the kids that came out of here, that Tony Appetiting is doing very well in junior, and he was on the 3-win season, the 3-win or whatever. He was playing with
that was a
my
tough
youngest,
year.
But he never gave up, and that's what I tell these guys is you keep moving forward. And Brady Keeper, we talked about Justin Valentino, who's going to be playing in the championship this year as the host team. So I know it's tough, and we go through this as a northern team, but the struggles will come out, and there'll be better people for it. And the parents are going, yeah, sure, but it's true. And I went through it, and when you go to work, and I went to work underground, I was a better employee for it. And that's the stuff that you got to learn. Like,
it happens to everybody. I had a personal 38-game losing streak at university between 3 different teams I was playing on. You start to look for the common denominator in those.
That's a lot, Bruce.
that's a lot with 3 different teams. Yeah. That's why I switched to this side of the camera, not playing hockey, for sure. So, I mean, with that said, we're going on the road this weekend. How do you keep these guys motivated? It's this time of year when the record doesn't look good, and I mean, playoffs are starting to fade out of the picture. What do we do to keep these guys engaged, other than, like you say, the story of they got to play for next year, kind
right? And we already started that, and you play for each other. You try to protect your teammates. There's no fighting in the game, but it's about being resilient and not letting that part get to you. And you give them the raw speeches, but it's each and every one of them to just work hard. and the game's made of mistakes. Our talent pool is maybe not where we'd love to have it, but when we have, like I say, we have the top 6 that compete with any line.
Can play on any team in the league.
Right, and then the other guys pick up the other roles of just don't get scored on, and it's the same thing. But you can't get down on each other, and you got to keep working hard. And we will get down on each other, and we're trying to stop that from happening. But if we can do that, we can compete with everyone. And when we were rolling there for after Christmas or just before Christmas and after, it was those things that were working for us. We need to score, and when we score, things change on the bench, and guys get a little happier, and it's not a finger pointing, and it's part of growing up.
Well, and hopefully from having played enough, and I totally believe this, and the wins this year, the guys still love hockey. Like hockey's a fun game.
Well, and that's why
losing kind of sucks, but
right.
in the end,
That's my
point
game. With Jordan Foe. That's a kid that shows up at the rink early all the time. Him and McConaughey, they help out with the equipment stuff, and he's always big smile in his eyes, big eyes on him, and you just want him because he's a player. Like he's a guy that's going to go somewhere and play junior hockey, and he will thrive. Yep. And that's what you got to keep telling them. And I know it's hard on the parents, and they're away from home and all that. But it is that, and the next team he plays on, hopefully will be better and not have a 38-game losing season.
Personal 38-game losing streak on 2 hockey teams and a volleyball team. It was awful.
Yeah.
So they love hockey. Some other guys that love hockey. Chase Muswagon and the 2 Morgans. We got them on the 2-on-2. Jamie down in the penalty box. He's going to try to stay out. And the girls from the Northstars Wild, who are really picking it up and great examples for Thompson. All that right here on the Northstars Show. Normally this segment is the fireplace 5-minute major. This one's a real 5-minute major. Had any 5s this year? All 10?
I don't think any 5s.
Any 5s?
No.
Mostly 10s? We're with Jamie Valentino on the 5-minute this week. You've spent a little bit of time in here, penalty leader with the Northstars this year. We want to take a little bit deeper dive into your year than just penalty time. You come from a proud Northstar family, I would say. Both your brothers played, your dad was involved, your mom, Oma. Yeah. Who else is there?
I don't even know.
I think that's your whole crew. Everybody in one way or another has been involved with the Northstars. So how does it feel for you? I mean, you're third in line of the brothers to be a Northstar and to be having such a good success this year.
It's been good. Both my brothers played pretty good here and did some good things. So hopefully I can keep doing what I'm doing and get more points than both of them. Bragging rights.
I haven't really been keeping track of the Valentino brother race, but you must be catching close to Jord.
I have more points than Jordy, yeah.
More points than Jordy?
Yeah.
And you must be a little ways away from Justin, though. He had a pretty good year in his last year.
Yeah, I'm about 20 points behind him.
That's not bad.
Not bad. Had more points my first year.
Keep pushing him this year and stay out of the penalty box, and you never know what'll happen. Take us through your minor hockey journey. So you grew up in Thompson. You played AA, single A, Mighty Mites, Timbits. How's your hockey journey going?
I played AA my whole life, just besides Adam May my second year, and that was probably the best year I've had. We won provincials.
Nice. Felt good. And then you were a Norman Wolf for 1 year or 2 years?
2 years.
2 years. And have you played on any other teams? Do you remember playing on the Ice Dogs? Murphy wanted me to ask you.
Yeah, I do. I remember playing with Murphy.
Tell us what the Ice Dogs was.
It was just a bunch of northern kids from Flin Flon, The Paw, and Thompson, and it was just kind of like a spring hockey team.
Spring team that played down south, 1 or 2 tournaments. Anyways,
yep.
Murph looks back on it fondly. You two, there was fun times. Probably was that the first time that you had played with guys from other communities?
Yeah, it was. That's where I made mostly all my friendships at the beginning of it.
Yeah, and some of them are here now. Any other memorable hockey things that you've done outside of just sort of the regular stuff? Did you play on any program of excellence, any Manitoba teams, anything like that?
I tried out for Team Manitoba. I didn't make that, but I played spring hockey with a Winnipeg team, the Thunderbolts, I think. Yeah.
Something like that,
Yeah.
call it that. And played a little bit with Swan at the beginning of this year. So how did that feel? Was it a pretty big eye-opener to a whole nother level even beyond the Northstars?
Yeah, it was cool to play with such older guys and just see how it all worked out, and it was fun.
And what it was all about? I mean, both your brothers played a little bit in Swan. Were you staying with the Argues? Was it familiar territory when you were down there?
I was staying with the Argues for camp, and then I billeted with my friend Carter Coburn.
Dynamite. And you mentioned winning provincials in Atom A. Was that maybe one of your biggest hockey highlights up to now, or what's been sort of the biggest highlight, the most memorable thing up to getting to the Northstars?
It was probably winning provincials. I never won it since then.
Really?
So, yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
It happens. Not everybody can win every year. Outside of hockey, what are some of your favorite things to do? What do you do in winter when you're not here at the rink?
Ski hill, skidoo, go to the lake if I have time. That's about it.
And summertime?
Lake, always at the lake, doing water sports, lacrosse, playing baseball.
Yeah. Totally. And lacrosse, any memorable moments from lacrosse? I mean, strong program here. It's fading just a little bit now. Now we've got high school lacrosse that's really starting to take off. Any sort of highlights from playing lacrosse?
Probably going down to Prince Albert a few times. That was fun, playing against some Southern kids.
Yeah.
And field lacrosse is also really good. I enjoy that a lot.
Yeah. No, and we're going to have a great team this year. There's lots of good guys this year. Maybe Rambo stick around?
Hopefully.
That'd be good. Speedy guy and and fun. And Prince Albert too. I know those trips. Those are the first times that I had been to PA, and for some reason in my mind I hated Prince Albert till we got there. I love it. I love that place. It's just like Thompson kind of.
Don't remember much of it. I was a little, but yeah, seemed like a nice place.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Bouncing back to hockey a little bit, who are some of the most memorable or your favorite coaches growing up?
Justin and Jordy coached me summer hockey one time, but probably Rob Balaka. He coached me like almost every year.
Pretty much every year. That's neat. I didn't realize your brothers coached you that one year. That's a fun year.
Yeah, it wasn't
They
bad.
give you a hard time or not too bad?
A little bit of both.
It's what brothers do. Who are some of your favorite players that you've played with coming up through minor hockey from Thompson or maybe from some other places on the Wild? Wild Wolves.
Murphy. I enjoyed playing with Murphy back in minor hockey. Braden Melson, played with him lots. Hunter too. And Cody Hale probably.
Oh wow! Yeah, good shout out to Cody, great player too. I mean, hopefully we see him in a North Star jersey someday, but we'll see. Your plans for the future? You're only in grade 11 now, so you've got a little bit more high school to go. But what's the plans for the future? Trying to get back to Swan next year? Keep playing hockey, or what's in the crystal ball?
Hopefully play Swan next year, and until I can, and then hopefully get a scholarship or something.
Get a few tips from Justin and go from there. Or George's doing good this year too. We'd like to have him back for the Kings. So
he's playing senior hockey.
Yeah, doing pretty good by the sounds of things.
Yep.
Yeah, seems pretty happy. Yeah, so Swan, here we come. So that means you don't have too many games to get those 20 goals to get in front of Justin.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Who are your favorite guys to play with on the North Stars this year? So you played with Henry quite a bit. You guys have a pretty good connection.
Yeah.
Mikey too, when he manages to be healthy enough to play. Any other guys that you really like playing with?
Ryan and Kate and Ross have been playing with us lots, and it just seems it's been working.
Kind of fit in.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. There's lots of good players that can kind of fill those roles, so it's been a good year. Last one, if you could spend a day with any NHL player, who would it be, and what would you do?
Connor McDavid.
And just learn a quick first step?
Yeah, and just see what he does on his daily basis.
Yeah, that'd be a fun thing. If you could do one activity, take him to the lake maybe?
Oh yeah, I would show him how northern people live.
Show him a little wakeboarding and some good times out at the Gergoski place. Perfect. Jamie Valentino, where he spent a bit of time but not much more, because we need 20 quick points right here. That's 5 minutes on the Northstars Show. It's a North Star Show extra with the Wild, AAA Bantam Girls Wild. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
All right. Give me your name, number, and your position to get us started.
I'm Olivia MacDonald. I'm number 9 and I play forward.
And Sam's sister, right? He was on the show last week, but we know that we're going to get better ratings by bringing you on than Sam, so we're happy to have you here. We're getting the MacDonald bump 2 weeks in a row. This is huge.
Shaden Steves, I play goalie, and I'm number 30.
Had your dad on the show, didn't go well for ratings early on in the year. Hope it's better next year.
I'm Kaylee Hillier. I'm number 2, and I'm forward.
Perfect.
I'm Sophie Thompson. I play defense, and I'm number 16.
I'm Riley Boychuk, and I'm a defenseman. I'm also the assistant captain, and my number's 18.
So keep an eye out for these players. You guys are all from Thompson. You've been playing on the team all year, but you're not just a Thompson team. You have some new friends that you've met all across the region. Tell us where some of the other girls are from.
They're from Flimflon, The Paw, Norway House, Cross Lake, and Thompson.
It's a pretty good mix of people. And you play your games all over the north. You don't play them all in Thompson, right? You've been playing all over the place?
Yeah.
And who wants to tell me kind of how your year goes? So you're not actually in a league. You just play a whole bunch of showcases. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, during the year we attend 3 showcases, and we have provincials in March. It's not a league. We attend down south, and they invite us to come every year.
So you play a bunch of showcases, and then the point of it all is to have fun, of course, and play hockey. But at the end of the year, some girls are going to get selected to move on. Who wants to tell me about that?
Go so.
Well, so they pick their top 100, and then they pick 40 girls to move on, and then they play in a league. Yeah.
And those 40 girls, it's a little bit like the program of excellence, I think, where you sort of get split up into 4 teams and they play. And really, a lot of that's about having some scouts see you and moving on to bigger and better things. Does that sound like a true story?
Yep.
Now, you haven't just played the showcases. You guys went on a roadie all the way to Saskatchewan. How's that? What'd you do on the bus or in the? Did you take vans or a bus?
Well, we all traveled separately, but like some of us traveled together.
Okay, who'd you go with?
I think me and you went together.
Yeah, I think I went there.
Well, you didn't go far from home. You're still stuck together.
Yeah.
What was the best thing you did on the car trip? Like, you're on your phone?
No,
Watching
we
movies?
kind of lost service a lot of times, so
Yeah.
couldn't do that. We just annoyed each other and slept.
Sing a few songs?
Yeah.
Just before we move on, you guys, what'd you do all the way to PA?
I danced and sung with my mom.
Nice. I love a sing-along. What'd you sing? Taylor Swift?
No.
Not cool? Dating myself a little? Ariana Grande?
No. I don't know.
You guys sing, sleep,
Sleep.
stick on your phones?
Slept the whole way. Slept.
Boring. You're on a roadie with your friends. So you went to PA, unroll the banner. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you there. And ooh, upside down. I hate it when that happens. So you went to PA, you played a bunch of games, and came away with the banner. We sort of blew the ending because you won the whole thing. But who wants to tell me a little bit about how Prince Albert went? How'd the games go?
We went pretty good. We won 3 out of the 4 games. We won our first game, won our second game, lost our third game. That was the team that we played in the finals, and we beat them in the finals.
So sort of a double knockout thing. And was it a close game in the final, or did you have them figured out?
I think we came in stronger, and we knew how they were playing and everything, so I think we were able to beat them.
Obviously, you've got the banner and they don't. And coming in stronger, being part of a good team, I think comes from a little bit of the stuff you did at Christmas time. You had a little bit of a party and a get-together. So who wants to tell me about the Christmas party?
At our Christmas party, our coach, Darren Mansell, made us write speeches and then perform them in front of our team and our parents.
And how'd that feel? Was it scarier than playing hockey in front of a couple hundred screaming parents?
No, mine was about Justin Bieber, so it was all good.
So that's what you were singing on the way to PA. Loving the Biebs. Fantastic. You've also been doing some stuff around the region, I know, this year. So you're trying to promote girls hockey in some other places. You've got some posters up. What are some of the other things that you're doing?
We go around to other communities and we try to promote girls hockey. We work with the girls, and our coaches give us drills and skills to help with the girls and teach them. So we're trying to get them interested in playing with the team.
How could you not? I mean, you guys look like a fun bunch of people to hang out with, so I'm sure it gets better from here. Just to wrap it up, what's been your season highlight so far? Most fun thing that's happened, on or off the ice?
I think just spending time as a team and working together and finally winning a couple games. That was nice.
Feels pretty good.
Yeah.
I know. Hockey's fun, but winning beats losing every time. Highlight of the year so far?
I don't know. Every moment with these girls is pretty fun.
What an answer. How are you going to follow that up?
Well, being with the girls is really awesome, but Abigail, she's great.
Okay, who's Abigail?
Our captain.
Where's she from?
She's from the Paw.
Awesome. Fun to hang around with and pretty good player?
She's really, really good.
Phenomenal scouter.
Okay, a little shout out. Yeah, just say to the scouts, keep an eye out for Abigail. She's pretty good. Number 15.
Probably just like the pep talks and motivational speeches in between periods and after periods and that.
Does Coach do them all, or do you guys take turns a little bit?
He normally says some stuff when he comes in, and then like we'll talk amongst each other, or we'll just sit there in silence and think about what we have to do.
Yeah.
You really are a team?
I just say like watching the team grow stronger and getting better, and like at the beginning of the year we played a team that we now have beaten, so it's just nice to see how much we've developed.
Holy man, those are great answers. We should do a Wild show instead of a Northstar show. It'd be pretty cool. Do you know when your next game is?
In Swan River.
Swan River this weekend, next weekend?
No, we have
We have a practice this weekend.
Practice this weekend?
Showcase. We have a showcase in Winnipeg.
2 weeks.
Okay, get on the internet and Google Norman Wild, look for their next games, and come and check them out. Say, this is the Northstar Show. Oh yeah, the sponsors. Oh, we got to mention the sponsors. Oh, good work. You got these sponsors? Good. See, that's why Paul's the producer.
So we have some team sponsors. We have McDonald's and Canadian Tire, and they sponsored our warm-up gear and that. And then we also have individual sponsors.
How great is that?
It's pretty good.
So when you're watching the team, you got Bombars, I'm guessing, right? Everybody's got their sponsors' names on their jerseys. Yeah. So support those people. They're doing a lot to keep girls hockey going. Okay, now we'll say watch the Wild on the Northstar Show. We're the Wild on the Northstar Show. I keep saying different things. Okay, thanks you guys. That's it. It's over. 2-on-2. We had so much fun last week. We're doing it again. And Morgan, you got your first goal of the year. So we had to bring you back on the show, even though you were on the 2-on-2 last time. I couldn't make it to see that, so talk us through it.
Pretty well. Henry chipped it past the guy on our blue line, and I picked it up and I skated down on the boards, and I cut it in and just threw it on net for a rebound, but it ended up going under his pad, and I scored, I guess. So.
All right. You guessed for sure. It's on the score sheet. Probably not the way you drew it up when you were lying in bed, but they all count, right? They don't ask how, they ask how many. And that'll grow. A couple years from now when you tell people it was basically bar down.
Yeah.
Start practicing that. I'd say backhand bar down. You guys start helping him out already. So how did it look? How did his goal look?
I thought it was something else, He just wheeled by, split the D man, it looked like to me, and he just sniped one.
Good speed coming out of the zone?
Oh yeah, he was flying.
Just flying. Chase, how did it look to you?
To be honest, I didn't even see it. I was tying my skate, so I don't know.
Yeah, at least you're honest. So much for your teammates helping you out, but we're there. Okay, two of us picking on two Morgans. We wanted to get Chase on the show, and he said, I got to take a shot at these two Morgans. So first question from me. If you got called up to sing karaoke right now, what would your song be?
Country Road, Take Me Home.
Yeah? John Denver fan? You know the words, do you think, or would you need a little help?
No, I know most of them,
Really?
if the song's behind it. Yeah.
Wow. You okay singing us a bar or two? Or?
I'm pretty shy.
We'll let you off the hook. If you had to karaoke, we'll get back to you.
I think Candles by Juice WRLD.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you give us a couple lines?
No, I can't. Put the song on.
Okay, Chase will put it on while you sing one little thing of Take Me Home Country Road.
Oh, no.
Okay.
My voice is pretty bad.
Country Road.
Are you gonna sing?
I'm not singing.
I thought we had you. Juice WRLD's pretty good. You got a question?
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, I think if I could fly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How come? Just flying school?
Yeah, and I can get anywhere, wherever I want. Like, I'm pretty fast too,
So you could fly fast.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. I can still fly though. I can still tell people I can fly.
Totally. Superpower?
I'd probably teleport.
Ooh, that's a pretty good superpower. I don't know what I would go for a superpower. Yeah, maybe teleport would be pretty good. You?
Probably super fast, keep the boots moving.
There we go.
Little baby off Incredibles 2.
Just watching that 20
Yeah, it's so good.
That's a good one. What is the app you use the most on your phone?
Snapchat probably.
Yeah, Snapchat for me too.
Yeah, Snapchat, yeah.
I think mine's the messaging app. It's my Paul Anderson bat signal to get in touch with the producer at all time.
All right. Who's your favorite team to play against in the league?
To play against?
Yep.
I think Pembina Valley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not the best team in the league, and they're just slow. Or not slow. They play simple hockey. They're not like a huge team either. It's just, I don't know, better for me, I think.
Had good games against them and good success.
Definitely Kenora.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of people say that. How come Kenora? The rivalry?
Yeah, and the games are.
Change your mind.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you a mulligan on that. It's Kenora. Was the dust up at the end of the Kenora game the craziest little bit of hockey you've ever been involved in?
The fight definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was trying to sort of sugarcoat it with dust.
Yeah, it definitely was.
What was your role in that?
Not much. I could hear my mom yelling from the stands to get out. So.
Beauty. Other Morgan, what was your role in that little dust up?
I didn't play that game actually.
Okay, so you were with other Morgan's mom saying, "Get out of there, get out of there."
I want to try to take a video.
Chase, your role?
I was right in the middle, not gonna lie. Yeah.
Was it weirdly exciting and fun though?
Yeah, it got me pumped. Yeah. Not my first brawl either. I had one a couple years ago for midget Huskies in provincials. Us against Swan, there was a little bit of a brawl at the end of the game. Yeah.
Full team, same kind of.
Full team, yeah. Everyone was out there. Yeah, it was here.
In Swan River. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I miss all the good stuff. If you were stuck on a deserted island with one guy from the team, who would it be?
Chase Muswagon.
Yes, and because he can survive in the wilderness, or he's just fun to hang out with?
No. Just a good guy.
Good answer. Other Morgan?
I think Blake Lahonen.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. He's just, one of my good buddies, and he's a smart guy too. I don't know. I probably get sick of him after a while, but I could be with him for a while.
Good answer. He looks tough too. Like if he had to wrestle a bear or like take some wildlife down with one hand.
Oh yeah, he would take him out.
Yeah, no problem. Chase, if you had to get stuck with one guy, you throwing the love back to this Morgan or no?
Probably, yeah. Probably Daneliuk.
Little quick bromance. Do you have one more question? Or
if you guys can travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Ooh, great one.
I think Sweden.
Yeah? How come?
I don't know. I've always liked Sweden. Just like, exactly. I just always liked Sweden growing up, and it just looks like very beautiful there. So I thought.
Great answer.
I don't know. I probably just the mountains in Canada or something.
Hit the Rockies.
Yeah.
I have so many favorite hockey players in Sweden too, so that'd be pretty sweet if I can see one of them. Yeah.
Do a celebrity tour. Where's Laine from?
Finland.
Oh, so close. One of you guys should have said Finland. I'm wearing the Laine. If I could go anywhere, I think I'd go to India. Just like so many people and so crazy. I don't think I'd like to live there, but I'd like to I'd just like to go see it. It sounds like it would be
Just to see what it's like.
Yeah, just to see what it's like. It seems like it would be bananas. Last one. Where would you go?
I'd honestly probably go back to Europe.
You've been to Europe?
Yeah, 5 years ago I've been there for hockey. Played for Team Canada there. So.
Wow. And was it fun?
Yeah, I found it pretty fun. Yeah, I was young, so yeah, it was fun.
It'd be a different tour now. Where was the best place that you went to or the most memorable?
Probably Prague in Czech Republic.
Yeah, I'd love to go there too. Actually, that'd be cool. I'd like to go to Russia too, although I feel like it'd be a little bit like here, but still,
the same.
but not really.
Yeah.
A little more militarized for sure. Yeah. Chase and two Morgans on the 2-on-2 right here on the Northstars Show. That puts the licks on another Northstars Show. I want to thank Coach Glenn Laycock for his thoughts at the start of the year. Pretty honest conversation with him, and he's always so positive despite the fact that the team is struggling a bit, and we're at the end of the year where it's hard for the guys to stay focused. Good chat with Jamie Valentino down in the penalty box, 5-minute major with him. Here's hoping he ends up in Swan. Here's hoping he gets as many points as Jordo did. Oh, he's got as many as Jordo, as Justin. The Chase and two Morgans on a 2-on-2, and the girls from the Norman Wild team. Get on Google and find out when they're playing and check them out, support their team. They got lots of great local support too. Their jerseys are hanging in Canadian Tire. When you're in there, give them a little bit of nod. Our guys are on the road this weekend, so are the Bantam Wolves, but the midget AA's are here. They're playing an exhibition game against the Northstar alumni. Going to be a great one. Friday night at 7:45. Right here in the CA Nesbitt Arena. I'm Bruce Krentz for Paul Anderson and the Northstars Show on Shaw Spotlight. Thanks for joining us.